Hi, this is Matt from Indicators Technology. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about Canva and more specifically, one of its features called Canva Docs. So as you know, Canva is a powerful design platform. I have been using it for the last couple of years and I find it really interesting. For people who do not have a graphic design knowledge like me, Canva is just a godsend. I've been using it to create visual contents for my blog posts, for social media content, and many more. For some time now, Canva has been adding various features, and Canva Doc is one of them. I tried Canva Doc when it was first released, and I did not like it. And now that they have released new features, especially columns and page break, I thought, why not try it out again? And I did. And I would say it has improved. I would not go so far as to compare it to Google Docs or Word, and I would definitely not use it in heavy writing tasks or any extensive writing project. But still, it does offer some really unique features that make it worth checking out. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of these features. Let's jump right in. All right, so to access Canva Doc, go ahead to canva.com and click on Doc right here. So once inside Canva Doc, you have two options. You can either start your document from scratch or you can use a pre-built template. You can access the pre-built templates here. Click on Templates. Then scroll here to Doc Templates, click on See All, and you will be able to see a collection of pre-designed templates. Some of them are only for premium users. Those with the crown icon are for premium users, and others like this one and this one, they are all free templates. Browse through the collection and click on the one you like to add it to your Canva here, and then you can edit it the way you want. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to build your Canva doc from scratch. Let's go back here. You see this plus icon here. This is where we can add different items to our document. The first thing I want to add is a header. To add a header, I'll go back to templates here, and then I will scroll down. Let me just pick a simple one. This one here, the block one. Click on it to add it to your document. So it's right here, it's added. So I can click on it, but as you can notice, you can't move it around. This is really one of the inconveniences that Canva hopefully would address in its upcoming updates. In order to edit the header, you need to double click on it and you will open it in the designer editor. It's not in the document editor. So we have to move on to the designer editor where we can edit the header. So, I wish we can do it just right here, but for now, that's what we can do. So I can double click on it and it will open in the designer editor. All right, so now we can go ahead and edit the header. Let me just, oops, let me delete this one here, this one, and let me write the topic of our document. For instance, let's say I'm preparing a document on positive affirmations from kids. I will just call it affirmations for kids, and as you can see, the font is huge, so I reduce the font to make it fit. Then I'll drag this one up here, then reduce it more. All right, and then we'll drag it a little bit and move this one here and drag it. Okay, so I have affirmations. All right, okay, and let me center it. Okay, it's centered now, and then I can just make it bigger. I can move it around. Move it to the center of the document, of the header, and they can even make the header smaller. All right, so this one here. All right, so I'll just go ahead and add some effects to the title. Let me click on effects. I like the outline effect. I'll increase the thickness level, and I'll choose a color that goes with the white. Let's see how the red, okay, that's too much. Let's go back to red, and probably decrease the thickness. See how it looks now. I think it's better. Okay, all right, so and then I like to change the font as well. I don't like this one, so I probably choose my favorite font, which is Anton. It's right here. You just select it. Okay, so here it is. So as you can see here, the letters, there is not much space between the letters of the title. We can solve this by clicking on the spacing and then letter spacing and increase it a little bit. That's too much. Let me see now. All right, that looks better. Okay, and then we can add some, if you want to add some elements, some visuals or icons or images to the header, you can. Just show you how. For instance, let's go to element, and then let's type in affirmations. And then we can see the graphics. I like to add graphics, so I'll click on see all here. All right, so we have graphics that you can use to visually enrich the header. So let me choose this one. Anyway, I won't be too picky here because it's just a tutorial. It's meant only to show you how we can use this Canva Doc. So let's choose this one. I won't waste more time on this. All right, so let's say that our header is ready. I just click here on save. Okay, so as you can see here, the header is added automatically to the document, but there is some space up here, and since we can't move the header around, there is a workaround. Just right click on the header and then go to set as a banner here and click on it, and boom, now we have a header with no top spaces empty. Now it looks better. I mean, I could have worked more on the alignment of the text here, but it's just for showing you how to use it. So, all right, so now let's move on to the next thing. The first thing I want to do now is to add a title, which is a header number 1. I'll click on add, and then scroll down to heading. So I want heading 1. And for instance, I will start with the definition. So I will say, what are affirmations, for instance? And then I can click down here and I'll start writing the definition. Let me go to the blog post I have written on the positive affirmations for kids, and I'll copy some text from there and paste it there. Let's go ahead with this paragraph, for instance. Go back and paste it here as a definition. So we have here a definition, and then I can click on add. Now I want to add a highlight block. This is a very interesting feature which enables you to add a visually appealing block to, for instance, draw the attention to a piece of information. For instance, let's say I want to add an info here. I click on info. And as you can see here, you can add your text here. Let's just grab this first sentence and paste it here as an info. click on the body of the text here and paste it. It's right there. And you can change the info if you want to another word, but for here we just keep it like this. So as you can see, we have added an info block here. It's pretty easy to do. Now we want to add a subheading. Let's call it a heading number 2, this one, subheading, and let's title it examples of affirmations for kids. Okay, and then we click on space. So now here, instead of writing, I will show you how to use Canva Magic Write, which is an AI tool integrated into Canva, which helps you generate AI text using prompts. But instead of me using a direct prompt to tell it to help me with coming up with affirmation for kids, I will simply highlight the text, and then you can see here magic write icon, click on it and choose continue writing. Of course, you can always use a custom prompt, or you can just click on continue writing, and as you can see, AI is doing its work, coming up with examples. So these are the examples the Magic Write has generated for us. You can go through them. If you like them, it's okay. If you don't, you can always click on this button and change and ask it to change them. Of course, you can click to replace, or you can add them. Let me add them here. All right, so these are the examples we have. You can just click on any example to further edit it. And then we move on to the next section. Now, I want to add a page, another page. Now, to add a page, you need to add a page break. Click on the plus icon and choose a page break, which is right here. All right, so now we have another page. So the first thing I'd like to do in the second page is to add a divider. It's just for visual purposes. Let me click on plus icon and then scroll down to divider. All right, so you can also add a date, for instance. Let's scroll down here, and there is the date. Here is the date. Okay, let's say today, it's November 28th. You can also add things like a drop menu. Very easy. Click on drop menu here. And you have 1, 2, 3 options. You can click on the edit here to change them. For instance, let's say example 1. And you can change the others too. You can add more options if you like. For instance, option 4. This is the drop down feature, so we don't need it. I just want to show you what you can do with it. All right, so let me just delete it. And now what I want to do is I want to add a visual, a chart, and Canva Doc provides you with access to different kinds of charts. Basically, you can add, let me show you here, you can add the pie chart, the bar chart, and the line chart. Let's choose one of them. Let's choose the pie chart and click on it, and you can see right here that a chart has been added automatically to the document. And right here is the data. You can customize this data, use your own data. You can type it in, or you can always upload data. Click on add data here, and you can upload a Google Sheet or a Salesforce, and then click on upload, which is pretty handy and easy. So once you add your data here, they will reflect on the visual here. For instance, let's say item 1, let's call it example 1. Let's call it example 1, and let's give it a value of, let's say 15. All right, as you can see here, it shows up here. It's example one. Now it's 27%. So you can do the same with the rest of the data. You can easily just type in your data, and they will be visually represented and captured in the pie chart. You can do the same with the other type of charts. All right. So let's leave it right here, and let's move on now to the next section. Probably I'll need another page break to show you how you can add a table this time. All right, let's click on this and let's choose a table. And for the table, you can see you can choose how many rows and columns you want to add. Let's say we want to add 3 rows and 3 columns. Just click on them. All right, of course you can always add more rows and columns. For instance, if I want to add another row here, I just click on this row, click on the 3 dots here, and click on add row. And as you can see, it's added. The same thing with columns. You can add more to it, and then you can type in your text to the table. So it's pretty easy to add tables to your Canva doc. Now let's move on to the next section, and let me show you another interesting and cool feature, which is columns. Now let me click on add, and then columns here. Let me see. All right, yeah. So I want to add 2 columns to this document. For instance, this one here, I want to call it so example 1, and then the second one, example 2. Of course, you can add more than 2 columns to the document. If you want to structure your text and give it a magazine or newspaper like feel, that could be this could be done very easily in Canva Doc using the columns feature. So here I added 2 columns. This is the column number 1, and give it an example here, and you can type in example 1, A1, example A, B, and etc., etc. And the same thing here. So just write down the same thing, and they can just use this one as the title of the column, and they can center it right there. And the same thing for this one here, and I can just center it. Okay, so we have this column here. We have this column. Let me add more text to it so you can see how it looks once it's done. And then you can change the font, the font type and size to your liking. And all right, let me click outside of this one so you can see how it looks. So there you have it. So we have a 2 column here in a single page. So that's another interesting feature that I really like. And then the last feature I think I would like you to know is the quote feature. You can add a visually appealing block for quotes. Simply look for quotes here. There it is. And then click on quotes and choose the style you like. Let me choose the blue, since we have chosen a blue for the highlight block before. And then here you can add your quote here, and you can add the person whose quote you have cited here. It's pretty neat, pretty easy. You can also change the quotes color and things like that. So that's just a quick overview of the different features that Canva Doc provides you. So once your document is ready, go ahead to share, and you can click on download to download it either as a PDF or as a Microsoft Word document. So that was a quick overview of the features Google Docs offer. I hope you find this tutorial helpful. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.